going to go tumbling. It's big. There. Okay. Yeah, what's that guy doing hanging around the church? He probably thinks he wants to go to church. He's from Wisconsin. Let's see here. The last thing I want to do is go to church. I dreamt that they were serving food and they were serving meat. And it's like it was mom and dad or something like that. And I think we were at Uncle Wesley's, and they says, "You're gonna have to go out to eat. We're eating meat." They were having spaghetti and meatballs or something like that. It was a pasta with meat and balls in it. It wasn't something you could pick out. He says, "You're going to have to go out to eat. We're eating meat." And it was like, yeah, you idiot that refuses to eat meat. It was sort of like that. Not in a real bad way, but like, you should be eating meat. You're going to have to go out to eat, though, because you refuse to eat meat. You know, actually looked good what they were eating and everything. I mean, it was homemade, I guess is what I'm saying. And you're not going to eat any. You're not going to have any because you don't eat meat. That's what I dreamt last night. And that's when the dog started barking. After they said that dog started barking, and it's like that was an answer. They thought I was answering them. And it says that was the dog barking. They said something like, "What did you say?" Like I was coming back with something. And I says that was a dog barking. And then I woke up. So that's the dream. It took me a while to put it together, but now I remember it. It's the dream I dreamt last night. It was just a stupid thing, eh? I mean, when I first started out, I think Mom didn't really like that I didn't eat meat, and I was a vegan, which that's too strict. Okay, Plainville. We're going to Danville, I'm pretty sure. Oh, shit. These turns are... Oh, shit. I don't know which way... I would have gone the wrong way, maybe. Okay. Boy, this pink almost seems to be fading. Yeah, I'm going to go to Ola. Yeah, we're going to Ola. I don't want to turn in front of anyone. I think you can go either way, but this might be more scenic. This is the way I came. And some of these mistakes aren't really mistakes. You still come out at the same place, some of them you don't. But I want to take the most scenic route. Try to take the same route that I came. But Mom didn't really mind that I didn't eat meat, and what I did, I think in the beginning she kind of did. She didn't really like that I was becoming a Hindu and stuff like that, and I think she kind of didn't like that. But then I think she realized this is moderating Dan, this religion. Especially when I lived with her, she realized he's not like he used to be when he was Catholic. He was a pain in the ass when he was Catholic, and she left the church. So it wasn't anything she liked anymore. And that was a version of Catholic that was more Catholic, like more extreme. It wasn't really more extreme, but it was more traditional. I was just following what they followed 50 years ago. 60 years ago, whatever. And then I decided, okay, I can't do the vegan thing. It was too hard. And I didn't really do that very long. And then I ate fish. So it wasn't as bad. And she likes fish. And we were able to eat that together. And so it was doable. And then she saw that this Cryon and that Amma were actually a good influence on me. And I think she actually liked it even. Because she wasn't religious anymore. She wasn't Christian anymore. And I think she saw it as a good thing, that I did a good thing, that it improved me. Even if Hinduism was completely wrong, it made me a better person. And she even had me do the 1,000 names over her, because she knew she was dying. She saw it as a benefit. She didn't worry about it as being a strange thing that was bad. She actually saw it as something that's probably good. If it's making him less of an ass, then it's probably not going to hurt to have him pray over me, because, you know, that's no fun thing to die. And she didn't seem to be interested in the Catholic, you know, thing. She didn't want to be very Catholic at all. You know, we grew up. She wanted us to learn religion and everything. But when she died, she didn't really want to. She was polite to him and everything. She actually did the right thing. She was polite and she kind of went along with them. But when they left, she said, "I'm not really into that." I think she handled it probably the way Cryon would have. Maybe, I don't know. I don't like to even say that I'm for something. You know, I'm kind of to the point. But she had me. She says, "Go ahead and do it out loud. I want you to do it." I don't know if she was. I don't know if I was doing it. I don't think I would have done it without her permission, but I was doing some kind of. She knew I was doing some kind of prayer, or maybe I mentioned 1,000 names, and she says, "Could you do the 1,000 names over me, audibly, or you know, read it near me or something?" And there are graces for that. I wonder if she got graces from that. I don't know how that works, but I did it. I did it for her. It takes a while to do too. For me, it takes over a half hour. It takes, because I stumble through it, and so I did the 1,000 names over Mom. I don't know what Robert would have thought of that. But she wanted it. I didn't do it without her permission. I don't think that you should really do something without someone's permission. When Walter died, I had Father Peters come over. That was back when I was Catholic. And I had him bless him. But Walter was probably Christian. I don't know. He didn't mind. Him and I got along real well. His family was Christian, I think. Okay, we're in Plainview. 1080 even. I mean, if there's a little place to eat here, I could eat here. Or I could skip breakfast and I don't have to eat. Restaurant here. I don't want to eat in the bigger town because they're going to jack you for money. Hijack your money. But if there's a little place in one of these small towns